Right, do you know, I was just thinking about that lid when I was clearing away, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on a white lid but with a window in it. That would look really good actually, wouldn't it? Because that way you've still got, oh, I'm just trying to find somewhere to put my trimmer. You've still got somewhere, you've still got the strength in the box. You can still see through it and it's going to look really special. So, I have some 12 by 12 cardstock. And we're going to need to score this slightly bigger than our box to make sure it fits on the top. All right, so the measurements are going to be very, very slightly different. We'll do the first score at let me think. It's going to end up a little bit narrow on the edges, but oh well, can't be helped, can it? Right, the first score we are going to do at 3/8. So same one as before. So that one's at 3/8. Then we're going to do 1 5/8. So again, same as before. But this is where we're going to go slightly different. So instead of 10 3/8, which is what we did last time, we're going to do 10 1/2. All right. And then the next one will be at 11 3/4. So we've only actually got a 1/4 of an inch strip down here, which I know is very narrow, and you're probably thinking, well, what's the point? The point is it does make it look nicer. All right, so you just got to trust me on that one. Right, turn it round. We're going to go 7/8 of an inch, 2 1/8. But this time, instead of 9 7/8, which is what we did before, we're going to go to 10. Because what we've actually done now is we've given an extra 1/8 of an inch on the inside. So we've in effect got enough room to go over the top of our other box. All right, so instead of 9 7/8, we're going to go at 10 and then 11 1/4. Okay, and whoops. And then before we do anything else, because I want the window in the middle, I'm just going to mark where I need it to go, and then I'm going to use my Stampin trimmer to cut it out. If you haven't got a Stampin trimmer, why not? Because they're brilliant. But seriously, if you haven't got a Stampin trimmer, then obviously you'll need to do this with, I don't know, a craft knife or something. But I'm going to do it with my Stampin trimmer. All right, but I'm still going to mark it anyway, just to be on the safe side. Now, I'm going to go in 1 1/2 inches all the way around, because conveniently enough, that's what my ruler measures on its width. So, whoops, 1 1/2. The light is really bad. Really must try and do something about my lights, because I got these really good fancy daylight bulbs, which are brilliant. I'm not knocking them in any shape or form, but she says I'm not knocking them, but I am actually going to knock them completely. They are what's the word? Oh, they're not daylight is what I'm basically trying to say. They're just not daylight. Right, so I have gone in 1 1/2 inches. Now if I actually bring my box in, oh, by the way, look, I put some cord in, and I also put some bells in as well. I thought they'd be really nice hanging on those tags. If you put a ruler on top, you can see where your 1 1/2 inches is going to take you if you go in. So my box will be there and there. So you're actually going to get a bit of everything, really, I suppose. Yeah, you're going to get a bit of everything. Do I want a bit of everything? Do you know what? I think I'll change that a bit. I'll still go in by 1 1/2, but you're not going to get much of those tags, are you? Which, I don't know. Oh, decisions. No, I won't. I'm going to leave it as it is. I'm going to leave it at 1 1/2. Bring in my Stampin' trimmer. Like I said, if you haven't got one, you really should go get yourself one because they're fab. I'm just going to need to stand up to see what I'm doing here. Right, so I'm going to cut that window out of the middle. Let's just line my card up properly. And then I'm going to put some window sheet in that hole to make my nice window. Oops, where's my line gone? There it is. And for good measure, I might even stick some more of the cutout embellishments on the top. Tags, I mean, the tags. Or stamp it. Yeah, that's what I might do. I might stamp the window sheet. That could look really good, couldn't it? Right, there's a thought. Where's my rubber? I just need to get my rubber. Oh, please don't tell me my rubber's downstairs. Oh no, I think it is. Oh, and look, I've yanked on the camera. As ever. I've just got to get my rubber. Hang on a minute. Right, got that. Sorry. Let's just rub these lines off. Because otherwise, once the box is actually glued together, it's going to be a bit tricky to rub them out. So, we'll rub them out now. It will just make it much easier. And I'm going to just stamp around the edges as well, just to give it a bit of interest. So again, before it's all put together, because once you've stuck everything together it gets a bit tricky to stamp on, because obviously you haven't got a nice firm surface to stamp on. So I'm going to bring in my inks again, my Pool Party and my Pear Pizzazz. And let's, whoops, make sure these are clean, because they certainly don't look it where I didn't do it earlier. No, they're not. There we go. Right, let's just, I'm just going to random stamp now. I'm not going to do any particular shape or effort. Maybe go for a bit of a pattern. Yeah, why not? Let's go for a kind of a pattern. Not straight on, but there or thereabouts. It's more for just a bit of interest than anything else, because obviously this isn't the focus point. The focus point is what's in the box, but just to keep it within, what's it called? What am I trying to say? I've got absolutely no idea. Ah, goodness. I do love Christmas. Don't you? It's all good fun, isn't it? There we go. There, that looks alright, doesn't it? Just gives it a little bit more oomph, if you like. Right, now the next thing I need to do is shut my ink before I get my hands in it. That's it. Now I've cut some window sheet that measures 7.5 by 8.5. I'm just going to stick this on to the inside of the card, and I'm going to use double-sided tape for this because it will hold easier. So on the back of your box, put your tape just inside where you've cut, all the way round, so that you've got a nice firm hold when you put your window sheet in. There we go. Right. Okay, where's the pokey tool? There it is. Amongst the usual rubbish on my desk. I did seriously think in one of my other videos, I thought I'll show you my desk, because I'm always telling you how messy it is and how mucky it is. And I said to my husband, oh, I think I might show them my desk so that they can see, when I always say, oh, it's in such a mess I can't find anything. And he said to me, are you mad? they don't want to see that mess. And I kind of thought, oh, you know what, you're probably right. It's not the best thing to be showing people, is it? Oh, never mind. Right, let's put that in. Make sure it's nicely stuck down. Nice and firm. All the way around. There we go. There, so that's now, you can probably, yeah, you can see that because you can see the reflection in it, can't you? Right, so let's fold and burnish all our edges. Oh, I've got those horrible little ones there, haven't I? I forgot about them. Crikey, hang on, let's do those first. Oh, yucky doodah. It's only a narrow bit, I know, but it does add to it. It really, really does, honestly. You might think, oh, for goodness sake, Lee, it's just not worth that little bit, but it is, because it makes it look so much nicer. There we go. That's better. Let's get rid of those horrible little ones. Right, let's put the big ones in. There's one. And the other ones. Pop that one in. And then we're going to cut the corners and cut the flaps exactly the same way as we did before. Alright, so with your scissors, oops, let's sit back down again because the light's getting in my eyes now. With your scissors, same way you did it before. Oh no, I can't see because I'm working on white. No. So cut in. Cut in. And again. I've actually done it the opposite way to what I did last time, I think. Now that wasn't intentional. That was just me making a mess and getting it in a muddle. However, if you feel like you would like to do yours like that, by all means you could. I don't really see why it would make any difference if you didn't. Or you did. So whatever takes your fancy, really. Oop, cut my finger off then. Good grief. Is it chocolate time yet? Oh, I do love a bit of chocolate. My daughter's just come back from, where did she go? Mexico. And she's a bit of a chocoholic as well, like her mother. And at the airport, they had Toblerones, packs of Toblerones. They're like quite big bags. I can't remember how much was in a bag, but there was quite a lot in there. Anyway, instead of buying one bag, because they're buy 3 for the price of 2, she buys 3, which is great. And then she gives them all to me and says, Mum, I've got you lots of chocolate to make you even fatter. Gee, thank you, babe. I love you too. What she actually meant to be doing was buying lots of chocolate for herself to eat, and then decided, well, actually, no, I don't want to eat it all because I've just been on this real fancy fitness diet thing and lost lots of weight, which she has actually. She's done so well. She's lost a good stone and a bit. But she's lost all this weight and obviously doesn't want to ruin her hard work putting it all back on again, which I can understand. But still would have been better if she hadn't decided that I was going to put the weight on for her. Love her. I love my little girl. Even if she does do things like that to me. Do you know what? Because that's such a narrow flap, I might put that in first, you know, because that one's going that way. Yeah, I'm going to. What you decide to do, obviously, is entirely up to you. But as I've said on many occasions, once you've made... Oh, come on, glue. Didn't put it in my little cup, did I? Once you've made a few of these, you get to realise what works best for you, and then you can just do it every time. But I think this makes a real cutie set. Because you've ended up with 6 cards, 6 gift cards or envelope tags, and 6 God, I've lost my words now, 6 gift tags as well, all in the same set, all nicely coordinated. Now could you imagine if you actually put those labels and tags onto a really pretty, well, not even over the top decorated. I mean, I think I would go, if I was going to use them, I would just put them onto silver wrapping paper, you know, just like plain silver, not obviously the Bako foil. Oh no, I didn't fold that one over there, look. Whoopsie daisy, I haven't burnished it. Dear, that was a bit of a mishmash, wasn't it? Hey, nearly lost that corner. Yeah, I think I'll just go for some plain silver gift wrap. Would look really nice with those tags, with the silver cording and the little bells. I think the bells really finish it off. I love bells at Christmas, don't you? Just listening to them jingly jangly. Lovely. Oh, I've done the wrong ends of the tag. I should have done tabs for the box. Should have done them. I've done opposite ends instead of the same ends, but never mind, it's worked. There we go. Straighten that one up. Whoops. Oh, pulled that one a little bit too tight. Never mind, it'll be alright. Let's put some glue on this flap here. I'm running out of glue. Fold that over. Give it a nice smoosh down. Now obviously to begin with, your box is going to be a little bit wibbly wobbly until your glue dries, but once your glue's dried, you'll be absolutely fine. Give it 24 hours, you'll be well away. There we go, let's fold those over. There we are, all finished. So we have now, there's our lid. Doesn't that look nice? Don't you think? It looks really effective. So if we bring our box back in with all our bits and pieces in, that's actually quite heavy in there, you know. Put the lid on, which fits perfectly. Now, how about that for a great gift to give to someone? One final thing, you know what it needs, don't you? It needs some ribbon. Let's get some ribbon. How much ribbon will it need? If I just pull off a big old chunk of it. There we go. I'm just going to put white ribbon on because I like white ribbon. You could use silver, really, I suppose. Silver or white, either would do. Okay, I've forgotten how to tie a knot. Let's get round the right way, woman. If that's, whoops, come on. Put a nice bow on there. You could even, actually, you could put a belly band on. In fact, do you know what? I think that's what I will actually do when I give this to somebody. Because if you put a belly band on, it will help to keep your box closed, and obviously whoever you're giving it to hasn't got to mess about with the ribbon all the time. But I think that looks really effective as it is, don't you? But I'll put the belly band on my blog, so that if you decide to make one, if you want to put the belly band on, you can. If you decide that you just want to do it with the ribbon, then you can do it that way as well. But I have to say, I'm really pleased with that. I hope you are too. I hope you enjoyed making that with me. Everything that you need is going to be on my blog. I will be offering this as a class to go as well, as a takeaway class. So you can actually buy a complete kit, which will be your stamps, your framelits, which will, whoops. So you'll get your stamps, you'll get your framelit dies also inside there. You will also get your card bases, your glimmer paper, your window sheets, your cardstock to make your box, the bells, the cord, the little diamonds that have gone on the tags, everything you need basically. The whole kit will all be ready to go. All you'll need to do is put the whole thing together. All right, so that will also be on my blog as one of the takeaway classes. Okay, so if you do want to buy the set with the stamp set and the framelits, there'll be the option to buy on there. I haven't worked out exactly how much it's going to cost yet, otherwise I'll tell you the price of it now, but the details will be on my blog. So just click on the link, which will be in the commenty bit underneath the video. The link will take you straight there, so if you do want to buy it, you can do. All right, if not a problem. I'm sure you will be quite happily making your own, at least I hope you will be anyway. So there you are, we are all done. Like I said, all measurements and everything else on my blog at www.thecraftyspark.co.uk. and if I can help you with anything, or you need some ideas for inspiration, or even if there's something that you want to make but you're not sure how to, just drop me a line and I'll make it up for you. I'll make up the instructions and do you a little video or something so that you've got something to use. All right, until next time then.